What's up, guys? I'm here to do some DoorDash deliveries today. Just signed up a couple of days ago and I don't really know what to expect. Signed up for DoorDashes and Skip the Dishes. Um, and with DoorDash, they say that if you do your first order, they will send you your activation kit, which has a lot more information, a DoorDash bag, and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm just doing this for fun, to see what happens and go from there. So I'm gonna turn on the app and just see what I get. It's almost 12 o'clock noon, so I'm thinking that people are gonna start ordering their food for lunch, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Also, I'm in Langley, and right now it's about 12:02. I was trying to pick up a shift here just for that first one, but I think people already picked up shifts there. So I'm gonna drive to Surrey and see if there's any orders along the way, and then yeah, give this a go. So I just got my first order. It looks like to be about $6, from a Dosa restaurant. I was already going down the highway towards Surrey, and so this place has me turning back around to get food in Langley, and it's probably going to take me all the way to Surrey. It's about 3 minutes away, so we'll see how this goes. So I just picked up the order. The person who ordered to the wrong address, or ordered from the wrong address. So I'm gonna have to drive about 22 minutes to deliver it to the person. Yeah, right now this order is only $6. I don't know if they're gonna give me a tip, but we'll see what happens when I get there. So fun times. All right, I just got two orders, both literally steps away from each other. So that's gonna be a bit of a bonus. So I'm gonna get those two things and then take them to where they gotta go. All right, so I'm just stopping for some lunch at a mall in Guildford. Yeah, so the first order was pretty much bogus. I was driving from Langley to Surrey. That's about 25-30 minute drive. I said I would dash along the way. I got an order. It was about $6 for me. It was my first one. I decided to take it. The customer had the wrong address in there, and it was going to take about 25 minutes to get to the person. The instructions weren't super clear. I had to go through some underground elevator once I got there instead of the main entrance to the building. They didn't even know how to give a tip, so I don't think they actually did give a tip in the end. So it was literally about $6 for about 45 minutes worth of effort, which was not worth it. But the second to fourth deliveries were great. One of them was chicken for one guy in Surrey Central. That was about $10. And then after I finished that one, I went to a plaza that I've normally been around when I used to live in Surrey, and there were two orders from two stores that were right down from each other, and each one was about 12 to 15 bucks each in the Surrey region. So that was definitely like a pretty good bonus for me. Yeah, so I'm in the Guildford area. I'm on break for about 20 minutes. And then I'm going to turn the app on for about another hour. And then I have a bonus shift tonight, which should be around an extra $2 per order, since it was a shift that wasn't filled. And that's going to be in Surrey. So I'm just taking this for a whirl today, just to see what happens. And then I'll probably do it a little more the other week. But so far, it's kind of fun. Good to get out, see different people, go into different apartments, and to even see different restaurants that people are getting food for. So I'll check in with you guys a little bit later and let you know what orders I'm getting and whatnot. So just completed another two orders. It was another combo order. So I was at Guildford Mall. Somebody wanted like a caramel apple, and then somebody else wanted a gourmet hamburger. So it definitely does feel like a scavenger hunt, because one of the stores, I didn't know where it was in the mall, and the mall is pretty big. So I found it in a decent amount of time, and then went across the street to where the other restaurant was. I got in my car to drive there, but didn't realize that I could have just walked there and it would have been a lot faster because it was just across the street. But that's why it's really good to know the area that you're in really well, so that if you do have to do these kind of combo deliveries, you know which one to get first. Another thing that the app doesn't do for you is let you know, it doesn't prioritize these combo orders. So if you have two orders that are in the same area and you decide to get both of them at the same time, the first order is not technically going to be a hot order. So for instance, with this double order, it was a cold order, so it was like a caramel apple. It doesn't need to be hot or a certain temperature by the time it gets to the person. But the other order was a hot order, and it prioritized the cold order first, even though that order came in second. So I kind of wish the app did prioritize orders based off of whether it's a hot meal and a shorter distance or what. I'm not really sure how the algorithm works in terms of prioritizing which delivery happens first. But yeah, it's definitely something to think about if you take these orders. Yeah. So I think I have about another 15 minutes left in my shift, and then I'm doing another 2-hour shift tonight. So we'll see if I get anything in my area. All right, so I'm back home now. Finished my shift. Yeah, it was a pretty good evening overall. The first one was definitely a write-off. I made about $6 in 1 hour just because I was driving a lot farther than the person was being sent for. But the other ones, I got a lot of these double orders where if I was in a busy area and there was a lot of different restaurants, I was able to pick up 2 orders that were going to around the same area. So that was really good. And then during my 2.5-hour shift from about 6 to 8:30-ish, each delivery was about $2 per delivery. So some of these bonus orders were definitely worth a bit more. For one of my orders, I had to drive from Surrey all the way to New Westminster, and the person left me a pretty good tip for the order overall, which is great. But then I did have to drive about 20 minutes back to my zone, which was Surrey. So I wasn't really making much money along the way. So one thing I definitely did learn, which I'll do again next time, is to try to take orders that keep you within your region. So that way you're not having to lose time if you're driving outside of your zone and having to drive all the way back. Because of my shift, I had to stay within my zone. So definitely do that. I don't think I would dash along the way to another zone just because of what happened with the first delivery I made. So definitely learn from that. And I've also learned that it's okay to just reject certain orders. I didn't decline them, but I just didn't respond within the 30-second time frame. I don't know if that's going to affect the orders that do come to me in the future, or if it's going to affect my acceptance rate. I'm still super new to this, but I'll definitely see how things work in the near future. So overall, I worked about 7-ish hours today, and I made about $135. So I'm pretty happy with that. That's about 15 ish dollars per hour. I didn't know really what to expect. And so I think, again, next time I'll try these different strategies. I was looking at certain zones that are just a lot busier, where they don't have as many drivers and there's a lot more people living there. And I think I'm going to try those zones instead. Yeah, they're going to be a bit of a longer drive away from my house. But at the very least, if I can drive around and stay within those zones, and there's a lot more orders per hour and probably even more of these peak pay shifts that I can pick up. That's one way of just making a decent bit more money. You can also extend a shift if you absolutely wanted to, so that you can increase your chances of picking up other orders that also qualify for peak pay. So I think that's maybe some initial strategies that I'm thinking about that can help me make a bit more money. This was all through DoorDash, and probably gonna give Skip the Dishes a go as well, and see if it's how it works out in terms of taking having both apps on at the same time and picking up orders if the other one is not doing too hot, or there's not a lot of orders. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, overall, great first date. Looking forward to trying this again.